If you're thinking, how in the heck do I succeed in this rapidly changing, somewhat stressful industry, you're in the right place. In this video, we're talking about what it takes to be a successful event planner. Welcome to the Elevate Experiences YouTube channel, where we share tips and best practices for your next event. Friend, we are part of an industry that is constantly changing, and it takes special skills to really succeed at planning events. But here's the thing. That doesn't mean event planning requires one singular type of person. And in this video, I'm going to give you 4 skills you will need to completely rock it as an event planner. And listen, be sure to stick around at the end because the 4th and final skill is super important for you to make or break it in this industry. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date as we share even more tips for you as you dive into planning your event. My name is Billy Bowie, founder and president of Elevate Experiences. From consulting to creation, I have over 20 years of event production experience. I've seen what it takes to thrive in the event industry, and I want to provide that information for you and give you some steps to be a successful event planner. All right, you ready? Let's dive in. The first skill needed to successfully plan events is to be organized. Now, as an event planner, organization is something you hands down need to prioritize. Now, if this doesn't come naturally to you, it certainly doesn't to me. It doesn't mean you shouldn't become a world-class event planner. It does, however, mean you need to work extra hard to make sure you learn how to be organized and carry this throughout the event planning process. So why does organization matter in this type of career? When I was first starting out in the events world, I didn't realize exactly how important it was in planning an event. As an event planner, your job is to manage every part, every single minute detail of the event, and you have hundreds of details you're responsible for. If you try to keep all these in your head, it won't take long for some of those to fall through the cracks, right? Now, having a plan to keep all the details organized is key to being successful. Here are the 2 tips I want to give you to stay organized while you're planning your event. Number 1, create a contact sheet and share this with your event staff. Having one central location where you can find the contact info of all your vendors, clients, key players is so necessary for an event. And sharing this with your event staff is also important to make sure you're not the only one with all the knowledge. Hopefully this never happens to you, but say you have a family emergency or someone gets sick the day of the event, the last thing you want is for your event team to be unable to call the caterer or the custodial staff because no one else has the contact sheet. So the first tip in staying organized is to create a contact sheet and share it with your team. The second tip in staying organized is to have an event planning checklist. This checklist should include all the steps to take to plan and execute a successful event. It's even more helpful if you break down your checklist into a timeline, and we actually have a free event planning checklist to get you started. You can download this in the description below and use this checklist as a starting point in planning your next event. Please feel free to add your own list of to-dos that might be unique to your particular event, because following a checklist will help you stay organized throughout the entire planning process. So again, the first skill needed to be a great event planner is to be organized. The second skill is to be flexible and prepare for the worst. That might sound a little bit crazy, but there's no secret that events have a reputation for constantly changing, right? From backup rain plans to last-minute vendor cancellations, the skill is crucial to planning an event. It's not enough to be flexible, you need to be prepared as well. At Elevate, we actually call this flexecution. It's the idea that you want to plan and prepare for your event as much as you possibly can, but also as you're creating a remarkable plan A, create a remarkable plan B, and even a remarkable plan C. But when all hell breaks loose and things spin out of control, which by the way will happen at some point in your event planning career, it's important to be ready. Flexecution means you're prepared to execute your backup plan if needed, but you're also prepared to be flexible even if your backup plan to your backup plan fails. The reality is, as much as we try to prepare for events, it's simply one of those industries you can't always predict what's to come. That brings me to the 3rd skill you need to rock it as an event planner, which is to be quick on your feet. Like I mentioned earlier, no matter how much you plan for your event, there will be things that come up last minute. Whether it's a caterer that cancels, or a detail you may have forgotten to think through, or a surprise change the client throws you the day of the event, all I know is that sooner or later you'll have to deal with some last-minute problem solving. Now, it's essential to be adaptable and be able to quickly think through solutions and look at those problems dead in the face and say, I got this, at anything that arises at your event. Have you ever had something go wrong last minute and you've had to quickly think through a solution? Drop a comment below and share, because I'd love to hear about it. And listen, if this isn't a strong skill you currently have, you'll want to take strategic steps to practice and grow in this area. Ask your friends to come up with a mock scenario or help you think through things that could go wrong during your event. As you think through that, you'll want to know what could happen if this happens, and if A, then B, and spend time thinking about worst case scenarios to get your mind used to quickly thinking through that process. All right, now the fourth skill, and this is going to come in handy as you aim to be a successful event planner. This one's easy. Networking. Right? It sounds a little crazy, but as an event planner, it's crucial to build your network. It's important to get the word out that you're really good at what you do in your industry. And it's even better when you have others speaking on behalf of you and your experience. You can grow your networking by attending certain events, building strong relationships with vendors and clients, and asking brand ambassadors and other people you meet who will keep you top of mind and give you recommendations in the event industry. Now, this might seem like an unnecessary skill, but in fact, this could be one of the most important skills needed to succeed in the events industry. Most cities have many choices when it comes to choosing an event planner. But when you're first launching your career, it's crucial to get your name out there as the top choice in this industry. And in order to do this, you need a network of people who can vouch for you and share your name and the skills you have all over town. So if you're asking yourself, how do I become an event planner and do I have what it takes? Just remember, event planning might require certain skills, but it certainly isn't limited to one type of person. If you're passionate about people and gathering them together and you love planning events, then yes, you have what it takes to be an event planner. If these skills don't come naturally to you, it just means you'll have to work that much harder to make it happen. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video and you feel empowered to get started in your event planning career. In fact, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up and be sure to subscribe as more stuff is coming out to help you. Now, don't forget to check out the event planning checklist I mentioned. It's in the description below, and it's my way of saying thanks for checking it out. Stay tuned as we continue to dive into best practices for planning your next event. Now get after it.